For those of you that are here, thank you so much. We have the beautiful Leah free. I am so thrilled to have you. I messaged her on Insta and I sent her a voice note and I said, girl, I'm doing a summit. I see you on it. Do you want to do it? And she responded with, put me in, coach. And I went, oh my gosh. I'm like, this is so exciting. And I'm so thrilled to have her. I'm letting a few more people in here. So, we are going to dive into our bodies today and we're going to listen to our voices. And today we've been talking a lot about expression. So this is perfect. For those of you that are here for the first time, welcome to the summit. My name's Michelle Argris. It's such an honor and a privilege to hold these spaces with you all. And my modality is breath work. So using the breath to bridge the mind and the body and to truly come back to your authenticity. So without further ado, I'm going to pass this over to our beautiful girl here who is going to take us through such amazing vocals. I cannot wait to experience you. We will let you take it from here. Go ahead, Leah. All right.
Thank you, Mish.
Hi.
I'm so excited. What's up, everyone? My name is Leah. I'm so happy to just have the privilege of dropping in with so many potent women. If you haven't yet, if you're feeling brave today, you're already here. You might as well show yourself. It's how we read the room. Otherwise, it's so awkward online. If I'm talking to a blank box, I'm going to assume you're driving somewhere important. Otherwise, show yourself. I'd love to see you. It's such a gift to see so many from all over. Yeah. Some really familiar faces, some faces I've sung with one to one, some faces I've sung with in ceremony space. Some of you are brand new, and I just want to acknowledge the conglomerate and just the world voice that's here when we all show up as women. Something really, truly powerful happens. And if you've been a part of this summit thus far, you've had some incredible opportunities to try some new tools on. These are one of my favorite ways to just commit to myself and the betterment of myself is to plug in for a week. Just give myself a week and plug into a practice every day that's going to touch me. Something I love about this healing work, and especially when you're working with gentle feminine practice and you're working with breath and you're working with expression, you're working with nervous system, it's all such a healthy foundation. So everything you've been working on thus far, whether you've been in the summit or you just walking in a body as a woman trying to regulate in these days, everything that works for you already, take it with you into this practice. This is a practice where we are so focused on what is working, what is already working so well, which unfortunately, for whatever reason, when it comes to voice, almost every single person, first thing we go to is what isn't working, what we don't sound like, what we should sound like, what we don't enjoy. This practice gets to be so focused around what's already working. That place in your body, that one spot in your body that feels solid, that feels regulated. That one part of your voice that you really enjoy. That one place in your voice that you can tap into, even if it's just the quietest breath that relaxes you. That's your home base. That's all we need to take the stage. So just letting that be a relief. And if you haven't already yet, you want to make sure that your pants are loose. Whatever you got on that bottom half, make sure you can stretch them. We're going to take the biggest breath of the day. If you got tight pants on, you full permission. You can take them off. I can't even see. And if I could, I don't care. Get loose. You're going to make sure you can take a breath that goes into your deep, low belly. You hear all the time in vocal training. Diaphragmatic breathing. The diaphragm's the low belly. It's a place that we can actually birth a baby from without pushing if we just breathe deep enough. So let's find a nice, big, low belly breath and just send it all the way down. And just the next exhale is just going to be an honest one. Just like, okay, here I am right now. Right here. Thank you. And just starting to take up a little bit more space in your abdomen and your chest. And my invitation for you is just as I share a little bit that you continue to practice this breath. And just acknowledging that the voice is an instrument and it was quite literally assigned to you in your specific tune, in your specific range, carried in your specific body to release a sound that relaxes all of your nerves, that regulates all of your cells back to homeostasis. That is the sound of your own voice when you just let it out at any moment. It doesn't need to be anything more than an audible breath. Your voice was made to heal your own body. Your voice, given to yourself as a gift, is more powerful than any singing bowl, any healing artist, the best healing playlist, the best Reiki you've ever had in your life. Your voice will go into your cells and organize them more quickly than anything else. The sound of your own voice can penetrate the body and the bloodstream faster than even injectable drugs. So we're doing some hardcore singing over here. And what I always say is singing is it's breath work on crack. So if you really want to hyper oxygenate, enjoy, get full, get confident while you regulate, you're in the right place. Today we're sitting with a voice that heals. And if you already lost your deep belly breath, cycle it right back. This is how we build rhythm. You're committed to this deep sound breath, and you're pushing your breath into the sound of my voice while you're simultaneously hearing. And we're just prepping the lungs for what we're going to jump into. And just to give you a little note on it, my voice in the world is a voice that advocates the perfection of what's already there, a voice of freedom, a voice that listens so carefully, that is so inspired by the many voices that I'm excited enough to contribute my own in the choir of life. And I won't bore you too much. You can find little bits about me in my bio. There's always tags of where you can hear about my story. But I grew up in Big Sky, Montana. I grew up in big wilderness, and I grew up feeling really small in big nature. And that's where I learned to find my voice, because I noticed that every animal, every pack, even the trees, had a very specific sound that they would make, that would pass through. And I'm alone in the woods, and I'm a small child, and I want to feel like I belong. So that's when I started really bringing my song forward, because I always sang for fun. Most of us do. It's a sign of joy. As kids, we hum until somebody tells us it doesn't sound good, or to be quiet, or we're disruptive. That's most people's story. And when you're little, that shuts it right there. And if you're brave and edgy, you'll still continue carrying it in your private places, in the shower where nobody can hear you, or for me, in the woods. And I was out there singing, and I just noticed, wow, when I make these sounds, I actually don't feel as fearful. I feel more confident in my body. I notice that there's sounds I can make that can actually draw the animals closer to me. That's cool. They respond as well to this frequency of warmth and regulation. And there's sounds I can make to keep things away as well. Feel the presence of a big animal. There's a sound I can make that let them know I am there, that they don't want to mess. That's interesting. And as I grew older, my little fun hobby, I realized, wow, this actually works with people as well. When a whole room, when you're on an interview and somebody's, next day talk like this, and and it's head, voice, everything we do in this culture, we pitch it all the way up. We pitch it. Doesn't mean you can't have a high-pitched, beautiful voice, but for whatever reason, we do this one. It's my customer service voice, and I'm still guilty of it. Every time you find me in a restaurant, for whatever reason, no matter how deep and embodied I am, I go straight to, excuse me, excuse me. I don't know. It's like a program, and I'm working hard to break it. We go here. So when there's one person in the room that is breathing in a way that is relaxed, naturally, we are creatures of harmony. Regardless what they try and tell us, we like harmony. So we'll tune to the most harmonic force in the room, even if that's just the breath. So if somebody hops on the call, or somebody takes the mic and their voice is in their body, all of a sudden your voice goes, wow, that feels nice. I feel how relaxed, I feel how regulated they are. That voice then becomes medicine for somebody else's body. And that's just the miracle of getting to know how to practice this thing a little bit more. I was like, wow, we can really work with people. We can help tune a room just by being a little bit more aware where the voice is coming from in the body. And then as I grew up a bit older, addiction super plagued my family, and it came in heavy and hard. And the amount of responsibility that was placed on me as a young solo child was more than I knew what to do with. So that fun little thing I used to do in the woods became the way I started to process trauma. And I would feel into the pain that was so much anguish and grief and I just complete out of control. What do you do in the face of some, like, how, as a child, when the person you love? And I would just go there, and I didn't have permission to be loud in my house at all. So I used to go under my bed with a pillow, and I used to breathe into the feeling, that sensation, that emotional charge, and then I would just give it the tiniest little whistle and give it to a pillow and almost allow myself to just cry and cathart through the song. And I noticed that every time as I was doing it, my body was relaxing. That charged emotion would start to stabilize. And I was also simultaneously releasing that feeling. And there was a lightness, and it gave me a real quick confidence and a knowing of how much I got me. And I feel like for as long as time goes on, we're going to need that skill set. Things are always crazy in the world, but right now it's a really pivotal time, and there's so much high-pitched technological dissonance that's happening. So if you can be a resonant rebel and find a breath that is wise enough to regulate your body, that you can learn how to dose to yourself throughout the day, even in the most uncomfortable moments. You're not only giving yourself the gift of your own confidence, your own connection to source, and your own desire to contribute from a real place, but you are also becoming a beacon. Because when things are so, what the soul is really listening for is a, and there's so many theories of what's going on in the world, but I do feel like the more tech that goes on and the more loud it goes on, people are going to need this more and more and more and more and more. So I think it's setting us up for success, those of us that are already seeking these things. So let's just find that a victory breath, just a breath that feels like, okay, yeah, all right, it's already happening. I'm already doing it. And we're just going to find it in the nice low belly. Just like I was saying, allowing an emotion, a sensation, a feeling to rise up in my body without having to name it or understanding it. Can I trust my mouth enough to just give it a sound? Because we can do two things at once. You're hearing my voice and you're simultaneously sending your breath deep and low into your belly. And when your lungs are totally full and your body is full of your own life force, just tuning into a sensation, a feeling. You don't even have to understand what it is, and just practicing, because why not? I trust my voice and just trust whatever sound wants to come out. Something I always say is repetition builds rhythm. So when you find a little sound that feels good, even if it's a little part of one of the other sounds, oh, ee, oh, I like the ee, repeat it, ee, ooh, whatever it is for you. Ideally, your voice and your sound sounds nothing like mine. Your voice is your own. For the next 40 minutes, we're just going to be journeying into a place in the voice that has never felt so good before. And we're just going to commit our breath to this place. And we are going to be big enough to stand behind our heart and just watch. We're going to use this next breath like a lasso. All right. This next breath stretches the low belly. And when it gets to the top of the lungs, it's almost full. You're going to send it out. You're going to lasso any thoughts, any judgments, any expectations, any stories of what your voice has been so far, anything that you've thought you've known about. You just suck it up, and then the exhale is just going to whip it out. We're going to do 2 more of those. Just lasso it up. Nice big stack all along your spine, feeling the breath quite literally create space in between the vertebra. And when it gets to the chest, feeling the lungs butterfly out. When you're totally full, you start circling that thing that is your mind, that is the orbit of everything that they tell us, that is the history of time and lineage and all that we've known about our voice, and just lasso it up. It's not necessary for this moment. Exhale, whip it all the way out. Nice big one. It doesn't have to be performative either. Your sound is your own. The moment you feel yourself performing, a deeper breath to drop behind your heart and make it true. Nice big inhale. Finding that steadiness, just of noticing, observing how much room is already being made in the breath. My territory in my lungs is full and expanded. I can expand into the territory around me. Circulate, lasso, gather anything that is not mine, and exhale, audibly exclaim it. Yay! Just let it move. Maybe you made a little bit of room with that last sound. I know I did. I just heard the tree crack outside. Hello. Responded. Nice big breath. And you're gonna commit to your voice. Maybe just trust my voice as a reference point. Knowing that I am here listening for the center note, the place that all of our voices trying to go. And yes, I can hear you, even if you're on silent. 15 years of this work will tune the ear. 15 years of sitting with women that are committed to peace and resonance and true power and contribution is a harmonic field that we all know deep in our bones. We know exactly what it sounds like. And just allowing these next breaths to start to get richer, more empowered. As they pass through your body, just sweeping with them, observing, drinking from the temperature that is your own body. Any color you feel present, even any of the places that feel a little tight or stagnant or blocked, allow the breath to be a rebel and to just really gently nudge up against it. Oh yeah? Okay, what do we have here? And the audible exhale, yeah, is just a voice that trusts itself, that gives itself to the feeling. What we're going to practice as these inhales grow more rich, because every time we use the voice, we flex the muscle. The voice is the most responsive muscle in the entire body, which means it grows quickly. And who doesn't love instant gratification? So just allowing yourself to be gratified in this next breath, just observing how much space has already been made. Just attuning to a feeling that says yes and giving it a sound and letting it come all the way out. This next breath is going to be one that is a bit more audible, allowing the inhale itself to have sound. Noticing how much more room can be made in the lungs when we breathe from this place. And when you're at the top of the breath, most of us cut ourselves off before we're even full. We say our capacity is done before our body's even gone there. Let your lungs stretch just an inch more. And then pulsing it. That's safe power. Exhale all the way out. Audible trust. Thank you. And same with that exhale. We let ourselves pinch off far before we're actually done. Trusting the capacity of your lungs. Following that sound all the way out. And that next fill is audible, victorious. Noticing the space that's already being made. Noticing perhaps the way the chemistry is changing inside of the body. Maybe your temperature is changing. Maybe you're feeling a pulse inside of you. Maybe you can locate your heartbeat. A victorious breath that even explores the parts of us that goes, wait, this sounds kind of weird. Why am I here? Is this weird? This is uncomfortable. Am I doing it right? That is a victorious breath. The body is so aware, the mind is so aware. Edge into it, push into it with your breath. Shake hands with it with your breath. Every exhale, trust itself even more, all the way out. And let it drain, really let it drain. When you feel like you're at the bottom of the breath and the breath is totally spent, try pumping it out. It's a very powerful way to dust out the lungs, clear energy while simultaneously building the muscle of the lungs, strengthening it. Victorious inhale. And your pace of your breath does not have to match mine. You know exactly what your lungs need, and thank you for giving it to them. Oh, and what happens when I just remember that nobody is actually looking at me? Nobody is just listening for me. This is my moment. If I can't give myself this gift here, I'm not giving it to myself in the world. So can I try it here? Can I just try it on for size? Giving the breath a 30% audible permission slip. On the inhale and the exhale, 30% more permission. Permission doesn't mean volume, doesn't mean performance, doesn't mean push, it means permission. Yay. 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 And remember, if you like a sound, repeat it. If you feel like you're having trouble accessing a place that feels like medicine in your own voice, just try one note. However, if you found that primal sound suits you, whatever that is, that signature sound, continue. And as we breathe, I want to just acknowledge that this is a fully safe space to go here. Christ gridded every direction, watching on the edges like a hawk, making sure that the only energy that passes through this space is life-giving, vital, and drenched in unconditional love. Can I trust my voice here? Can I trust that as my voice pushes against old emotions as it dusts them from my body, that even if it feels a little deep for a moment, that I can still enjoy it and that the energy will move with so much efficiency. Thank you, body. I just want to acknowledge how much energy is moving for all of us collectively right now. If you're at all in tune, you feel it. Just a victorious breath to that. Thank you. Noticing that breath that repeats itself, the repetition starts to build rhythm, and without even meaning for it to, that sound starts to become a song of its own. Can you trust yourself enough to just listen to it? Continue singing it. Continuing to press your breath against the sound of my voice. Thank you. Trusting the little moments that the voice pushes up against texture, that texture being an emotion, that texture being a physical tension in the body, and just committing to singing through it. Noticing the way that emotion, that sensation gives the voice texture. Very honest signature sound that is yours. This is what women do. Since the dawn of time, we sing them through. We sing the children through. We sing the ones that are passing over through. We sing the emotions through. We would sing the men to war. We would sing to bring them back. We would sing to bring peace. We would sing to bring rain. And an honest voice knows exactly what note to contribute to this song. Thank you for listening. Allowing this next breath to come all the way up to the face. Animating the face on the inhale, stretching the face, and exhaling and whoo, really using the muscles. Allowing ourselves to practice being so human, so normal, so imperfect. We just stretch our face. We can make the goofy face. We can make the goofy sound. We can allow the body to emote. Warm up, relax, engage, beginning to use the face as an instrument to shape the sound. Noticing the shape of your lips, the shape of your tongue will change the shape of your voice. How powerful. Thank you. Body. Just an inhale that takes inventory, one that asks the body, what do you need? What can I give you in this moment? And an exhale that just gives yourself the gift without mind, without having to think about it or analyze it, just trusting it. Next inhale comes with 20% more confidence of the muscle that we're building in that low diaphragm, the capacity in our lungs, and seeing if we can tune into a little bit more yes. And the exhale. Yes, I know what I'm doing. Yes, I can trust this sound. Yes, that's me. That's my voice. Yes, this is me. And I'm not going to say anything for a few breaths. This is just for you and you alone. Allowing this next breath to take up 30% more territory in your lungs. Let it stretch itself in your lungs. Let it observe all the space it's made. And if you're brave on the exhale, allowing the breath to take up territory in the space that you're in, sending your voice to a corner of the room or a place in the space that you haven't touched yet. Introducing yourself with your voice. And guess what? It's allowed to feel good. It's supposed to feel good in our bodies. Allowing this next breath to come in from that low belly, slow fill. When it hits the lungs, it butterflies out. And then at the top of the breath, it starts to shell, make little shells around the ears, allowing the breath to just pulse here for a second. Notice if you can send that breath into the eardrum and carve out a little crescent moon. And this is a little place for more pleasure to land. When you hear your own voice, may you enjoy it. Exhale it all the way out. This next inhale again breathes up and it's carving itself into the backs of the ears, right behind the eardrums, creating a beautiful golden little crescent moon. This is a chalice for enjoyment to land, creating more space in the ears and our eardrums for us to receive the frequency of our own voice. Thank you for giving yourself that gift all the way out. Acknowledging as you continue to sound that emotions may be moving, thoughts may be moving. We need not understand them, just allow and trust the voice is moving them. not only is the voice moving them, but it is strengthening itself as it moves them. It's becoming more rich and authentic in its tone. Your body is trusting it even more. And if I have the courage to allow myself to really listen to it, I can hear that every sound is actually a note that is forming the lullaby, that is forming the melody, that is forming the anthem. And I need not understand. It's like the moment I give it permission to actually sing, I can hear the ones that are singing for us. And I'm one of them. And I can trust the song that's in me. And the song that I am to offer forward as peace. And it needs not be a pretty sound or a pretty song to be peace. Peace is release. Peace is relief. To relieve my lungs, my mind, my body with my own breath. Thank you for this gift. Can I trust that? Drenching your breath in trust. What does that feel like? What does that sound like? Can I trust that every little texture, every little crumple, every little crack in my breath is perfect to the song and my body's getting exactly what it needs? Thank you, body. Using the low belly, the low abdomen to push the sound out as we draw the navel towards the spine. The low belly works as an accordion and it presses the breath up and out with so much power, but no strain. Strength, just strength. Maybe it's a soft strength. Can I trust whatever sound wants to come through? this breath to be dedicated, one that won't quit, one that is committed to expanding. If you've dropped the power in your lungs a little bit, find it now. Find the strength in the low belly, stretch it up the spine. And just allowing your breath to bounce against the drum and to just find your face. Find that space in the back of the ears where you can actually hear your own voice. It's profound how many things we can be aware of at the same time as women and still perform, still show up, still sing the song, practicing that right now. So many points of awareness. The body is electric and the voice sings its victory. Thank you. Body tell its story. Let the spirit show you exactly what it needs sonically. Thank you. % more enjoyment. Yes, you get to enjoy it too. Yeah, find a sound that you like, enjoy it, give it pride, give it more breath and more permission, repeat it, find your own rhythm with it. Doesn't need to sound anything like mine. It is yours and yours alone. Thank you for that. Trust every note. Oh, wherever my voice wants to go. Body starts to like it and trust it. The mind and the little tricksters that are here to keep balance when things are so good, that want us to stop, that want us to doubt or question it, that want us to go, okay, that's enough. No, no. No, 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 no. It gets to get better and better and better. Committing yourself with your breath to this sound, committing yourself to enjoying the sound, trusting the sound, and letting it continue. I'm not going to cut myself off just when I think I got it. Oh, I got it. I think I'm done. No. Stretch it. Practice it. Safe power. Big lung. Safe power. Nice big breath. Yeah. This next breath, allowing it to be a visual of letting a ribbon be pulled out from your deepest throat and just trusting that note. However it's pulled, just letting it be a long strand of sound, continual. Just try it on for size. This next breath to just observe the space that is made in the lungs. If the breath pushes against anything that remains that would like to release, just giving it a sound. This next breath, this next inhale is going to collect the sensations that are present. It's going to create a cauldron inside of the body, a chalice for this information to land. The inhale carves a space for the confidence, for the clarity, for the remembrance, for the ease, for the knowingness, for the communion, for the contribution. This breath creates a space for it to land into your cells. And that exhale is just a thank you. Thank you, body. Thank you, voice. again, this inhale just makes space. It allows everything that has just been stirred up to land and pack itself into the cells, into a little place to be utilized, to be resourced whenever we need it from this point forth. And that exhale just gets to sound like a yes, of course. There I am. Yep, yep. I got it. I know, I know, I know. I've always known. I've always known. I've always known. Thank you. A breath that observes what's happening inside of the body. A breath that gives itself exactly what it needs to seal this portion of remembering what we've always known how to do. Whatever you need to land it into your cell. And digest it. Just for you. This last breath is just going to move in a full circle so far beyond us, allowing it to move in an orbit beyond the space that you're sitting in. And this breath just acknowledges all of the breath present with us, all of the spirits of breath that are present with us when we sing these old songs, when we let ourselves be really honest. The most brilliant thing is we never do it alone. The voices that honestly sung us to life and through life always show up. Be them ancestor, be them the watchmen, be them the echoes of us literally in each other's ears, just acknowledging the many in this breath, all of those that are here in a good way, that show up every time we choose this tool. Thank you. And an exhale, just sweeping it all the way closed for the sake of the circle. We just thank you, we love you, we release you. On a breath that draws an even bigger circle, the biggest one you could think of, to orbit the earth and beyond. And a breath that acknowledges the many, many, many breaths that are being breathed right now, just feeling them, all the different frequencies, some lungs very tight and terrified, some lungs wide open, some lungs too open, and just allowing that breath to circle and acknowledge. And that exhale, it's like it almost holds their hand and it brings them into a togetherness and sweeps them right back into that comfy place, that regulated place, that home-based place again. A breath that draws a circle around the world, acknowledges the many breaths, the many choices, the many forms of life, the many ways we pray that are all here, and an exhale that just gives thanks for that thing that we all share. Allowing these last sounds to be just yours. Almost like you signing your name, your signature at the base of this new contract that you've written up with your voice. Ik. And as these next breaths just float into us, we just want to observe what's happening inside of our body, in our heart, in our mind, in our throat. This is a safe power. Allowing this breath to just express itself in whatever way says thank you. Thank you, body. Thank you, human. Thank you, intelligence. Thank you for the gift of contributing something I can fully stand behind. And just trusting that when I give my breath this way, when I give my heart this way, that resonance ripples out and it impacts. And just as it's impacted every one of my cells, and my body has changed its state, it has altered the molecules in the room, in the air around me. Can I bring my awareness to what I've changed within my space, within my circumstance? And allowing this next breath with power and potency to just tidal wave, ripple out, sending this practice, the knowing that when we breathe this way, when we free ourselves this way, we don't just do it for ourselves, we do it for the many. And just sending the intention that this freedom, that this ease, that this confidence in the heart that we get to contribute may find the lungs and the lips and the hearts of the ones that need it the very, very most right now. All of the parts of ourselves that really need it and beyond, made manifest globally. Thank you for the gift of woman and what it means to feel so deeply, to be so attuned to the many. Just knowing when I use my breath in this way, when I give myself this gift, it is never, ever, ever selfish. It is the most generous thing I could do, just trusting the way that this breath has moved through you and beyond. And that is the power of your song. And whenever you're ready, just so slowly and steadily feeling a breath that just vibrates the body awake and present. If you have something you want to claim out loud for yourself right now, anything that you desire to pray forward or intend forward for our planet, for our earth, for the many that could use a more regulated nerve, just trust your tongue. Let that be voiced. We hear you, we thank you. We love you, we appreciate you. Thank you for this gift. I trust you, body. I trust you. I know what you're doing. I trust what you're doing. I want to acknowledge the many, many forms of prayer here. Many faces and stories and places and walks of life, all contributing. Heart from this place is world changing, and not just for yourself, but for so many. I just want to thank each and every one of you for taking the time in your life to show up and do this work. For all of us, it's a really big deal. And what a delight that it gets to feel so good. You know, there's so many things that are so hard out there. What a gift to have a tool and a practice that just feels so innate and honest. And I would invite you to continue sounding in this way in your everyday. I love to find it when I'm warm in the shower, when I'm just waking up in the morning, when I'm driving, when I'm doing the dishes. The more you can trust your breath and your lungs and your voice from this place, you will arrive into a very different quality of body and a very different quality of contribution in this world. And I just want to sincerely thank you for what you have already contributed to be able to show up here today to say yes to something like this. What you've contributed in this space, in this circle, and just feeling what's opening in so many of us and what we will continue to commit to contribute. And to know that we're not alone. I can hear you buzzing on the edges. I hear you in my ears. What a beautiful song. Thank you so much. And to just close it out strong, we're going to allow our last lasso. But this one is a delight lasso. It's a relief. So we're going to bring in that nice big low belly. And also just be aware of how much more space is in your lungs. This is the slowest suck of the day. This is oh my God, look what I just did. Ready? Nice big breath. all the way from the belly. And lasso it out. We're just going to wrap up the entirety of the whole space, everything that we did that was delicious. Yes, I did that. Yes, I know how to do this. Yes, I can do it anytime I want. Share it with all glory and all the way down. Yes, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I love a little shimmy shake. Just feeling what you did in your lungs. That's safe power. That is a safe power. That is a power that we can trust. Run with it. Enjoy it. Know that I am in your corner. All of us are in your corner. My name is Leah Free. My world's work is liberation, vocal freedom. You could find me at all things Leah Live Free. I have the delight and the pleasure of getting to work with you one on one if you desire to go in and know more of your song.
Thank you, Michelle. Thank you, She Breathes. Thank you for the many that have popped on already and just shared so much wisdom to attune this container. And for all of you that are here, just genuinely committed to the betterment of everything. I see you. I want to really acknowledge you, and your friends and your families are so blessed to have you in their sphere. Just thank you for all the good work you're doing in the world. I am in your corner. And Michelle, I don't know what our timing is like or with you, Chris.
It's beautiful, girl. You can take all the time you want. We are not complaining. We are like just this was so juicy. Can you come back to California? I'm like, come back this way. We need you. Um, that was really just I almost don't even have like words yet. I'm still swirling, and I'm sure a lot of us are in that same boat. It's like a lot of the information that comes through is not even something we can intellectualize at times. It's just like a felt sense in the body, but what it feels like is just coming home to yourself. And Leah, I told you as well, the first time I heard you, I felt like I felt my heart immediately. As soon as I heard her voice, I was like, I felt my own heart. And that's such a beautiful gift to have. So thank you for gifting us this generosity, holding us for this whole hour. My gosh, I am definitely going to be hitting you up to do some vocals. This is something I definitely wanted to jump into more this year. That was yummy. And I love how it was guttural. Like I tend to go high. And I think even I'm going to call myself out right now. When I fucked up the recording, I went, okay, we're going to start again. And I did the Mickey Mouse, because I fucked up. And so noticing, okay, when I feel fear that I made a mistake, where did my voice go? And then you brought it right down. And I went, oh, it's okay. You're safe. You're in a safe container. We all just the awareness of noticing and then coming back home to yourself and your truth and knowing you are safe in your body. Like that was super yummy. So thank you so much. Seriously.
Thank you so much. What a gift. I
Yeah.
want to just highlight for you all, we just moved more energy than you're probably aware of. And most of us don't sing for an hour straight from that place in our body. So it's common that that muscle can be a little bit sore today or the coming days. And I would encourage you to rebel and continue flexing it gently. Like, don't just be like, oh, I sang the other day, I'm good. Like, keep using it while this muscle is open. I'm also not, you know what? I'm gonna be bossy. I'm a command you to get some electrolytes in your water. You need to drink about 3 to 4 times more water than you think you need for the next 4 or so days. And I'm a big fan of just a little salt in the water and a little lemon or lime. Helps your body digest it much better. Also, like a salt soak. There's so many practices that we can move all this energy and therapies and these big things that are, and it's like we just did so much work. And to really allow the benefit to land, I love just to super hydrate my body. And salt also helps, it rehydrates the cells, but it also just helps move and clean out energy. Just not like it's what the ocean does, just sweeps us right out. So if you could give yourself that gift, you'll be better off for it. Also, if you can limit input for just stay off of unnecessary screens or just like allow the energy of what we've just cultivated to land a little bit. And speaking of landing, if you desire to, as much as I'd love to just hear each and every one of you share, if you want to just anchor something in the text box, just anchor something that you're leaving with or that you are committing to or that you're excited about. If you want to compliment in my highlighter, like whatever you whatever you want, girl. Courage to be love, gratitude, grounding, growth. Calming. release. In awe of my voice, thank you. When I sang, as if I was filling a canyon inside of me versus singing outwardly, everything shifted. Safe to be powerful, inner trust, freeing, pleasure through my pain. Thank you. Freedom brought more trust in my voice, courage to be myself. Gratitude for my voice. I will share too, unity. The more you practice this, not only the better it will feel in your body, but your voice will start to sound more and more and more true. Like you will only enjoy it more, which is so cool. The voice is a muscle that responds so quickly. It's really beautiful. Next thing you know, you'll just be putting babies to sleep left and right. It's a miracle. Gratitude for my voice. Safe to be seen in my natural expression and serve from this place. Connection to our roots. Yeah. Thank you. Well, I am so honored to be here on this day. Thank you again, Michelle, for just getting to close down day 9 and close this container. Definitely tap in with her tomorrow. I will be in just closing these practices and sealing them strong. And again, for any of you that want to continue, feel free to send me a DM if you want to share anything. I'd love to hear your voice. I love voice notes.
In the chat there too, ladies. I keep putting it in because we're all typing so fast. So there it is. You have the links there. Thank you so much, Leah. This was really beautiful. Can we all sprinkle Leah right now and send her so much love for her gifts? May you receive this. May you receive yourself the same way you're giving to us too, because you are beautiful magic, just like every person on this call. Ladies, this is such good work. We've been doing it day in and day out. We are on day 9. This couldn't have been such a beautiful way to have Leah come in and just seal it up like you said. And then tomorrow is our final day. So it's going to be a nice, juicy, long session with moi. And we're going to do some delicious breath work. We're going to talk about embodied authority. So how to step into your leadership and own that in your authenticity, in your expression. You know, we've gone through this whole metamorphosis. So what a beautiful way to just really take that step forward and really be who you are and live in that beautiful purpose that you are meant to come here to do. So that is tomorrow, 9:30 a.m. I say an hour and a half, but it could be 2 hours, So just if you're feeling called, if you've been with us this whole time, I'll see you if I'm meeting you for the first time today. My name is Michelle Argus. It's such a pleasure. And let's do the thing. One last go. Everyone sprinkle each other right now. Send the love. Yes, feel that. So good. All right, babies. Thank you so much. Leah, thank you. Again, really such a pleasure to have you.
Yeah.